Hello, incoming Rotman students. If you're not one, I think you're in the wrong place. Yeah, so I'm Kaylee, a incoming Rotman student. I'm just gonna be sharing some tips and advice that I wish someone told me. And I'm gonna break it down into 3 key categories. So the first category is just like, academics, like all that stuff that you don't want to touch yet. The second part would be more on clubs and careers because yes, we are a business program. We gotta start networking. No, I'm just kidding. So that's the second part. And the third part would be student life, making friends, and discovering the best cafe places near downtown Toronto. Honestly, I don't think there's too much advice for academics at least, or at least for Rotman. The 2 main ones that I want you guys to remember and have it ingrained in your mind is number 1, work smart and not hard. And what I mean by this is, number 1, your first task is to read your syllabus. I know, you kind of think that PDF was nothing, huh? Or it was worthless. No, I think it's the most important PDF that your prof probably posted yet. The reason why is you need to understand how the structure is for each course. Each course obviously is different. Some of them have participation marks, others have group assignments, or just assignments, projects, or whatever it is. Also, you also need to understand the weighting. Each assignment is different from other assignments and from other courses. So then you will understand how to prioritize your task, assignments, homework, projects, whatever the hell it is. Second part is understanding which study method to use. So I think there's 2 aspects to this. The first aspect is understanding how you learn as a person. So it's not only like, oh, I'm a visual learner, blah, 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 but it's also, oh, are you a person who have to, grind out 100 math questions in order to understand this one particular math question? Or are you the type of person to just briefly glance at the answer and be like, oh, okay, I understand, let's move on, right? So you need to understand how you study. The second is based on the course itself. Some courses is heavy on memorization, so you just need to lock in and memorize every single word in the textbook. Other courses are more practical, and you need to actually understand the content itself in order to do the questions. So I'm honestly just going to combine making friends and networking together because low-key, I feel like, in my opinion at least, networking is just making friends. It's not really, oh, can I have your LinkedIn please? How do you spell your first name and last name? Oh, give me a second, let me pull up my phone please. No. It's honestly just, hey, like, what do you do for fun? What's your hobby? Oh my gosh, badminton? Yo, let's play badminton together. I got a court this weekend. Things like that, right? And honestly, I think when it comes to networking or, making friends, there's like 3 tiers, I would say. And since you guys are freshmen, I would encourage you to do the 3rd tier and the 2nd tier. The top tier or the 1st tier is more for, I guess, like the older people like me, but obviously more than welcome to try the 1st tier as well. So what I mean by this is the 3rd tier is just making friends with people your age. So other freshmen. And honestly, I feel like this is the best time to make friends because everyone is super lost. University just started and no one has friends yet. So honestly, they're just waiting for you to be like, hey, let's be friends. Or, oh my gosh, did you just see that question? Like, I honestly didn't understand. Wait, can I see your notes? Things like that. Honestly, I think I've made a lot of friends just by asking for their notes. Some courses were not it. So yeah, travel bonding. Anyway, so that's 1st tier, and I think you should be grasping this year or even, this month as such a great opportunity to make new friends. So that's the 3rd tier or the bottom tier. The 2nd tier is upper year friends. So upper years, for example, me, I'm a 2nd year, or, 4th years, totally fine, right? And the reason why I say, to make friends with upper years is because they have more experience than you, right? If you want to go into, for example, consulting, and you see that a lot of upper years are in consulting firms that you want to intern at, for example, the Big 4s or the Big 3s, you're like, damn, that person is so cool. Well, guess what? Become friends with them, or at least, chat with them. And this is a great opportunity, first of all, not only, you're making friends, but also second, you are practicing coffee chatting. So if you guys don't know what coffee chat is basically a term for, hey, can I steal you for 15 to 30 minutes and I want to know about your whole career slash life story. That's basically it. And coffee chats are pretty important because they're establishing a closer connection between two parties, and you're trying to understand, hey, like, how did you get this job, or what made you switch from this career to the other career? And at the same time, not only you're understanding, oh, but it's also at the same time selling yourself, like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in this too, or wait a second, I did a similar project to this. From my experience, it was blah 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 blah, and you could have like a mini self-reflection, and maybe you guys could even bond through similar interest. So that's what coffee chats are. And I think what's super important is to coffee chat with up years, because not only you're building connections with up years, but it's also practicing your coffee chats. Coffee chats are so important, and honestly, don't worry if you mess up. I personally messed up probably like, I don't know, like 80% of all of my coffee chats with my up years, and honestly they were chill. They're like, oh yeah, just make sure you don't do this, or make sure you're not late, things like that, you know, just make sure you blah blah blah. But they're super chill because, you know, they've been in your shoes, right? And this is great practice when you reach the ultimate top level, which is coffee chatting with people who actually have a job at a firm. So it could be managers, consultants, directors, VPs, whatever, whoever it is. But it's great practice. So make sure that not only you reach out and be open to all the people within your ear, but also be open and proactively reach out to people who are above you, so the upper years. So when it comes to clubs, there's like, I would say 2 categories. I mean, there are really 2. Yeah, I would say there are 2 categories, yeah. So the first category is Rotman Commerce clubs, so RC clubs. So you need to be a Rotman student in order to participate and join these type of clubs. So these clubs are like, for example, like RCCA, RCFTA, RCFA, things like that. And there's also UFT clubs. UFT clubs are open to any UFT students. So doesn't have to be only Rotman students. They're open to everyone. And my suggestion is to apply and to participate in all types of clubs, sorry. And the reason why is, you know, we're business students. The whole point for business is to network and get to know more people, right? So I don't want you guys to, you know, kind of seclude yourself like, oh, I only get to know Rotman students or whatever. Make sure to be open to everyone, including, you know, engineers or CS majors, math majors, life sci kids, psychology, whatever major, right? So UFT clubs is a great way. And I'm just gonna list some of the clubs that I have participated in or are currently in, and it'll be like pretty clear on the screen. It's like a brief breakdown if you guys are very interested in one particular club that I've listed or haven't listed. Honestly, you could just stalk them on their Instagram. I'm sure they have more description or more information than what I could give you. But if you want personal stories or experiences, you know, shoot me a message. Okay, I'm gonna speed run this third section, which is everything that is not classified under academics and careers. This is like, I think, such a minor thing, and you probably don't even know what RC Houses is, but I think it's such a great opportunity. So RC Houses is a club. Whoa, who knew, right? But essentially all Rotman students are categorized into, I think, 5 different houses. So it's kind of like Harry Potter with like 4 houses, but we made it to 5. I think it was 5. It might be 6. I don't know. But either way, what they do is they will host a lot of different events from each house, okay? So it doesn't matter what house you're in, you could attend any events that RC Houses host. And the great thing about this is that they host very cool and interesting events. Like, I think there's escape rooms, there's Canada's Wonderland for like haunted, there's also all you can eat Gooby. And the great thing about this is that all of the tickets are heavily discounted. For example, for Wonderland, I remember last year. I mean, for me, I didn't need to pay because I was one of the executives. But you know, a random Rotman student, if they wanted to come and attend this event, instead of paying $50, they only need to pay, for example, $20. So the rest of the costs and expenses are all covered by RC Houses. So yes, they get a lot of budget from Rotman Commerce. And the last point that I want to heavily emphasize, I don't think I've ever mentioned it throughout the video, but I think it's pretty important, and that is case competitions. I think case competitions is a pretty I think it's a culture now, maybe in all business programs, but in Rotman, you will know that a lot of clubs or outside organizations, they host case competitions. And case competitions, it's a great experience. You meet new people, you understand how casing works, you learn how to present, you improve on transferable skills. Participating in any case competitions, you will definitely learn a lot. And I remember from last year, I think I've joined at least I don't know, 7 or 8 case competitions. I know it's crazy, but after each case competition, I've learned so much. I'm not joking. At the very beginning, trust me, you would not understand what's going on, and you probably think how are they so fast? I don't even understand what's going on. All the way to oh, okay, it's not that bad. I already know what to do now. Oh, yeah, I've seen a similar case before. Join some case competitions, have some fun, network, and honestly, most importantly, just enjoy your first year. Your first year will be super fun, I promise you. And I don't know about second year because I have not finished second year yet, but yeah, don't worry. First year will be a blessing.